I recently shared this video where I was trauma dumping some of my most traumatic ICU experiences that I've had throughout my career. And you guys blew the video up and were sharing so many of your own traumatic experiences that you've experienced as a nurse. And so I thought that we could dedicate a video to sharing some of those stories, not only for other nurses and healthcare professionals to see, but also for the general public to see like what nurses go through on a daily basis. If you have any more of these stories, please share. I would love to make more of these videos to represent you guys. AAA abdomen left open with wound vac, brought to PACU intubated because no ICU beds were available, bled out and died in the PACU bay. Horrific. I took care of an organ donation patient right off orientation. I graduated high school with her. Still one of the most traumatic things I've ever done. I'm a CNA and I work med surg. I had a patient with a AAA. He came back from CT, coded and started bleeding out of every hole in his body and bled out instantly all over me. Still not okay from that one. I was a baby nurse when my friend coded in the med room, coded her for hours. For me, it was a mom wailing for her baby to live, and there was nothing to be done. I think of both her and her son all of the time. My first code as a new grad was a PE, young 30-year-old, talking with me about her sons and her husband. I took her over to CT, and once we came back, she started screaming in pain, coded, didn't make it. ER nurse here. One of the worst for me was a young OD patient that we coded for a while. After it was called, the mom's screams are something I'll never forget. I also live in the same town as them. Watched my dad code in the hospital I work at as an RN. Coded patients myself, but being the family member of the coding patient has traumatized me forever. Walking my hospital halls is still sensitive to me. Rolled up on scene to a 15-year-old self-inflicted gunshot wound to the chest. His family covered in his blood from doing CPR is something I cannot unsee. Crash C-section and trauma due to drive-by gunshot wound. Mom and baby did not make it. 31-year-old female who I'd done the admission on and was fine, seized and coded and died. Had a 3-month-old baby at home. I just kept thinking about how they'll grow up without a mom, and it made me sad. I had a young mom, 30, who choked on a hot dog at her daughter's 2nd birthday. Family thought she was seizing and not choking. Delayed care. Completely brain dead by the time they got her to the ED ICU. Neuro ICU. 21-year-old motorcycle accident, bilateral cranie. So fluid overloaded that his entire bilateral lower extremities blistered and his skin sloughed off in my hand when I tried to reposition him. He coded not long after. I saw a lady's skin peel from the back of her body and stick to the bed while trying to do a bed change last night. I called off for tonight. Too traumatic and too high acuity for med surg.